Narcissists are full of feelings of inferiority, which they try to give to other people. They have to be careful though, they can't just approach any old person. What if this person is violent? They'll get hurt. They don't want that. That'll definitely make them feel inferior. What if the person is powerful, an authority figure who could ban them from an area? Again, it's not what they're after. The narcissist is after easy meat. And that, so far, has been you. The reason why this is that you don't have a very clear or appropriate goal. If you had a clear, rational, reasonable, exciting, could be, goal. When I say rational and reasonable, I mean the logic makes sense. You might be trying to achieve something really nice, really wonderful and special, but you're going about it the right way. If you have that, the narcissist will barely see you. They won't be able to get their hooks into you because you won't take the bait. You just won't be interested. You'll deftly step around them. However, because you don't really know what you want, except for comfort, the narcissist is able to convince you that they're what you want. Or maybe you're just in a bad mood and you want to fight with somebody. Well, they'll become that person because they want your attention. Once they've got your attention, they're going to move the topic onto you being inferior and them being superior. And they can happily play that game for quite some time, just taunting, humiliating, degrading and belittling you. They have no empathy for you. They hate you. They have inverse empathy for you. Keep in mind that we are using a very, very simple model here for the narcissist. No red flags, nothing that they say in particular. It's more about what they're trying to do. They're trying to make you feel inferior. They want to be superior. So they may start with relatively innocuous comments, but as soon as they've got you on the hook, in they go. They start to make you feel bad about yourself. It could just be that they don't respond. They look away when you say something. They ignore you. And that's the hook. You're supposed to care. And what you should do is say, this person is an idiot. I need to avoid them. I don't want to interact with them on a deep level. I need to protect myself. I need to pull back, be more formal, be more distant perhaps. Start acting and get out of there. This is not somebody that you necessarily need to deal with. If you must deal with them, stick to the facts. Get them onto a topic that they know something about. See what they know. Now, you're just passing the time till you can escape. You're just drinking with your jailer until they pass out. You've got to have a goal. You've got to make sure that before you leave the house, you know what you're doing. You're not just going to go and see if someone will hang out with you. You can find somewhere that it just feels like it's a social place and you feel warm and, you just some group you can be a part of. Wouldn't that be nice? I just want to be part of a group. I can't bear this aloneness. I got to be just in a... That kind of person is just going to be easy meat. That's just blood in the water, just wandering around. Don't really know what I'm doing. I just want someone to be nice to me. Are you my mother? Will you be my friend? You can't live like that anymore. It's too dangerous, much too dangerous, and getting more dangerous every day. If you don't know what you're doing, stay home until you figure it out. If you're going out somewhere, make sure you've got goals. You're not going to get involved in some stupid argument. You could get killed nowadays getting involved in some stupid argument, some fight with somebody, rising to the bait, rising to the provocation, because you don't really know what you're doing, or you've got the wrong goal and it's dysregulating you. You've got to stay home and figure it out. Deal with your dysregulation. You can't afford to go. It's like drunk driving. You've got to sober up. Being dysregulated is like being drunk. If you don't know what to do, stay home. Work on some goals at home. Some basics. Get things done. That'll calm you down a little bit. And then think about what you're going to do. Where are you going first? Where are you going second? Become borderline personality ordered. You may not be able to do anything about your wild emotions, but you can at least mitigate them with proper planning. You can harness them to get things done. You may be upset, but what you're doing is going to make you less upset when you have completed it. You're like someone who's going to rescue a person from a burning building. And if someone shouts out, "Fatty!" you won't care. You've got an important job to do. And when you've finished, you'll get all the acclaim. And that idiot will be forgotten or hated for getting in your way. You're not going to win now, though. The narcissist is looking for an easy win. They want quick rewards. They're a narcissist. If they put in the effort and did things properly, they wouldn't be a narcissist. They're a cheat. The idea is to provoke and siphon energy from your impotent, wild overreactions or your underreactions. You don't do anything, they can keep attacking you. It's important to take control of your attention. Pick it up and put it on something that's important. It may require that you leave. You may have to disrupt the social group you're in. You just got to go, make up something and leave. Don't stay there. Allow them to work on you. If you stay around them, they will eventually break your mask of indifference. Eventually, given enough time. Why are you doing that anyways? What are you trying to prove, and to who? That you can endure stupid people forever? That's no flex, my friend. That means you're a moron. Well, it doesn't even mean you're a moron, because you're doing it willfully. If you were just stupid, that'd be one thing. If you didn't have the brain power, that's something else. But you willingly, it's suicide. It's what it is. It's suicidal. Wandering around, getting in arguments and fights. Finding selfish people to battle with. This is not a good use of your time. Stay home, figure it out, get a plan. Then take your plan outside, try and achieve it. Come back home, reflect upon what worked and what didn't. You cannot live like neurotypical people do because you do not have a neurotypical brain. If you keep running into narcissists, it's because of the way you operate. This kind of lost way of wandering about, feeling dysregulated, hoping somebody can solve this problem for you. They cannot. It's inside you. It's highly complicated. It's all these nerves and neurons firing. No one can get in there. They can't reach through your ribcage and massage your heart. This is something you have to work out. So when you go out with a purpose. Not just to look for, human kindness. You'll run into inhuman cruelty. Get a goal, it'll protect you. Get focused. Think about what you're doing, plan it out a little bit. Be systematic. Be thorough, give yourself time to achieve the things you want to achieve, because if you don't, you'll dysregulate. You don't want to be around a narcissist while you're dysregulated. You've got to self-regulate. So you do it by yourself. You do it alone. It's an embarrassing thing to do. You feel stupid. Why are my emotions so out of control? Well, I don't know. Let's figure it out. How can I make them under control? That's really the question we want. We don't want to go back in time forever. Blame it on Eve. Shouldn't have eaten the apple. Stupid serpent. You need to find an answer to this to this problem that's in front of you, which is your dysregulation. You're being called to do something, and if you don't, the dysregulation will continuously get worse. You can't just be in neutral. You've got to think, okay, well, what am I going to do? At least try something. It may not work, but by trying something, you've got a better idea, Deduction, dear Watson. So if it's not that, maybe it's something else. We're going to trial the possibilities. But this is your project. Your life is your project. Your life is not, I'll find somebody else and then I'll think of what I'm going to do. That's very narcissistic. You're going to use one person as your quote-unquote supply. You're going to have a battery, an external battery, and you're going to call it love. And believe it. It's just narrow-focused narcissism. Don't do that. Don't do that to anybody else. You deserve to be narcissistically abused if you are going out there with the intent to use somebody. It's just justice. You get used by a bigger user. Someone who will use anybody and everybody. Think about what your goal is. You keep picking your attention up. You'll get better at it. Pick it up. Right. What am I doing here? Why am I arguing with this clown? This is going nowhere. I'm getting more and more enraged. Pretty soon I'll act out. And then it'll be terrible. For what? My whole day, my whole week, life ruined. It can happen. It can take moments to happen. You look at somebody the wrong way. You say something that you shouldn't have said. Lives end, or they can be ruined. Even a day wasted is a sad thing. Just because you got into it with someone that you shouldn't have gotten into it with. Your attention is yours and you must take care of it. It's something that has to be guarded and shepherded, because if it just is allowed to do its own thing, it'll take you to terrible places. It'll just go where it's most interesting. And that's not always good. If you just allow your impulses to take over, you're just going to avoid pain and seek pleasure, but then that'll cause you to end up in pain. Pleasure's not an end in and of itself. It's not something you should just want. I just want to feel pleasure all the time. That'll lead you to hell. That's not what your body's designed for. It's not what we're here for. You've got to keep thinking, what am I doing? What's the next thing? What's the plan here? What am I trying to achieve? You can become fueled by your achievements, even if they're small. What's my next achievement? And for who? It can be good to help other people. What's my next achievement? What's next on the list? Maybe you need a rest. Rest by yourself. Don't use somebody else to rest. It's not good to think, well, I feel so terrible, I'll just call this person up and just vomit on them. Then I'll feel good. Why does that person deserve your vomit? Why couldn't you call them and say something nice? Make them feel better about their day rather than dumping this narcissist, that narcissist, the other narcissist. Boring. It's abusive. If everybody could self-regulate, it would be a fantastic world. We could just share the best parts of ourselves with others rather than the worst parts. Stay home. Stay home, borderline. You're drunk.